name, because that's going to make a difference on your, to make it musical. Now, many Japanese names have two sounds. Keiko, Yuko, Yoko. There are just a million two-sound Japanese names. There are also beautiful three-sound. Mayuka, Setsuko. You know, the Japanese names are just wonderful. Now, there are, of course, Japanese names with more syllables, but there are many with 2 and 3. I don't know many with 1. I heard cho, or sho, you know, but there are not many with 1. But let's take a very simple name. Is there a Keiko here today, by any chance? Anyway, let's take Keiko, just to show you what I'm doing. Okay, Keiko. First of all, your teacher at home, you have your list of students. You say the name, figure out how many sounds. How many sounds in Keiko? 2 sounds, huh? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is chant it. We're going to spell her name. It's very nice for the students to learn how to pronounce the letters of the alphabet in the context of spelling their name, because that's something they'll have to do. If they're in an English environment, they're going to have to spell their name. I have to spell my name almost every day in New York, usually on the telephone, credit card, something like that. You have to do that, you know. So it's nice for the students to be able to spell their own name. But let's go to Keiko for a minute. We're going to divide Keiko first into a 2-3 rhythmic pattern. By this I mean K, E, I, K, O, K. Do it with me. K, E, I, K, O, K, E, I, K, O, K, E, I, K, O. How do you pronounce it? Keiko. See, the students are learning how do you spell it, how do you pronounce it. They're learning those 2 questions. And they're also learning the names of the students in the class, which is very nice in case they didn't know before who everybody was. We're getting to know who they are. So let's talk about Keiko for a minute. Here we've got Keiko. Okay, I would say, what's your name? And you should say Keiko. Okay. How do you spell it? K-E-I-K-O. 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 How do you pronounce it?
Keiko.
Okay, great. And then say, how do you spell it? K-E-I-K-O, etc. You know, you can play like that. Now, that's one pattern, the 2-3 of her 5 letters. We can also do another pattern. We can do a 3-2, like this. How do you spell it? K-E-I-K-O, and we make a big thing with our arm on the O. If you're working with young students, they just love that. Oh, let's do it. K-E-I-K-O, K-E-I-K-O, K-E-I-K-O. How do you pronounce it?
Keiko.
How do you spell it? K-E-I-K-O, K-E-I-K-O, K-E-I-K-O. How do you pronounce it?
Keiko.
Good. Now we're going to sing her song. We can sing any of these Japanese names, and they're all beautiful. I want to show you the simplest kind of melody that we can use for many names. See? K-E-I-K-O, 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 K-E-I-K-O. Let's do it all together. K-E-I-K-O, 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 K-E-I-K-O. And now, let's say you're working with children. So we want to know, how old is Keiko? How old is Keiko? We learn that question. How old is Keiko? How old is Keiko? How old is Keiko? And Keiko will say, for example, I'm 6 years old, you know. So we would have the question and the answer. How old is Keiko? How old is Keiko? How old is Keiko? She's 6 years old. And as a teacher, I'm listening for the plural S on years. And then we put that in the song. How old is Keiko? She's 6 years old. How old is Keiko? She's 6 years old. How old is Keiko? She's 6 years old. Keiko is 6 years old. Take the song. Anyway, I think it's really fun to chant and sing the names. The students like to hear their name sung and chanted. They think that's fun, and I love to do that. Now, I want to show you how